is my court. We are gathered here today to discuss Miss Universe Vietnam 2020. She has been crowned, and I know some of you have been asking for me to talk about her. We're here and we're ready. Let's do this. First things first, we're going to discuss the clear and blatant robbery that occurred in this contest. I'm not ignoring this. Like, we have to talk about this. So I watched, not the entire run through, but I did watch particular swimwear and evening wear and whatnot, just to get the gist of what was going on. As I'm watching the show, first of all, there was a lot of good walks to be had in Miss Vietnam. Like, somebody's been coaching these girls to walk. There was some walks to be had. I am not going to try to pronounce the words and the names of the contestants in this show, because if you guys think I butcher Filipino provinces, Vietnamese, y'all got me messed up. There are certain sounds that do not exist in the English language. Like, if you wanted to stump me with a language, this would be the one. But I will put up on the screen the people that I am talking about. So as I was going through the show, watching Evening Gown, watching swimwear, and I got to the top 5, I was just like, wait, this is the top 5. Okay, then I rewinded because I thought I missed something. This woman right here that you are seeing on your screen, phenomenal walk, radiant smile, just a beam of happiness. And I'm thinking, okay, she's a shoo-in for top 5. I'm not, I didn't pay any attention because I'm thinking, okay, she's definitely gonna make it, right? Wrong. She did not make top 5. And I'm just like, Vietnamese judges, what show were you watching? Were we watching the same thing? And I'm not saying that I always agree with judges. I'm not saying that at all. Me and USA judges, we don't always see eye to eye. Me and Miss Universe judges, usually Miss Universe judges, they got me. Like, I can rely on them to get it right. But I don't always agree. But this woman being left out of top 5 just seemed like such a blatant error to me that I'm just like, I have to say, what were you thinking? What were you doing? And I am not disputing the winner, because I fully believe the winner is determined by question and answer, and I do not speak Vietnamese, so I'm not talking about beyond top 5, but I'm talking up to top 5. Yeah, what was happening there? You left her out. There was another woman here who I knew was a shoo-in for top 5. She had a magnificent walk. Sis, stunning, amazing, just wonderful. Like, she caught my eye while I was fast forwarding through. I stopped just to watch her. She was that good. So like I said, I'm putting it out there. I am not disputing the winner, but I do dispute the top 5. Just those of you, I'm not even gonna ask you guys to go watch the video. I'll do the work. I'll put it in my video. You guys let me know if I'm crazy or not. Just side-by-side comparisons of the top 5, just randomly, okay? Look at this. Yeah, I think I'm not crazy. I think there was something wrong here, but I just want to acknowledge this woman because I felt kind of bad for her. Like, sis, I recognize your splendor. You did amazing, outstanding work. Also, shout out to this woman right here. Sis, your walk was just angelic, so light on her feet. So you were serving all through this competition. Both these ladies were magnificent. I thought that both of them should make top 5. One did, one didn't. Okay. Let's get to the actual winner of Miss Vietnam 2020. Like I said, I'm not going to say her name. I don't want to butcher anybody's name, and I surely cannot even make an attempt at this name correctly, okay? I don't trust myself. Miss Vietnam, she seems very real. She seems very airy, very gentle. Honestly, she seems very young. I don't know how old she actually is, but she has this youth about her and innocence about her that makes me perceive that she is in fact very young, which is actually, regardless of if she's young or not, I enjoy the gentleness that she portrays on stage. It just comes off as very natural and very her. She was trained well. A lot of the Vietnamese competitors, especially in walking, you guys are trained well. And Miss Vietnam gives a great, wonderful example on what I call the rule of dresses or the rule of styling. And I haven't done a video on it yet, but I definitely am. But just a tidbit on her evening gown. It was gold, and you guys know I kind of do have a thing with the nude and white trends that are going on right now. Like, I'm kind of over it. But though her dress was gold, her dress was a little bit edgy and unique. It had this gold fringe that added movement to her gown, which this is something that I'm gonna make a video on, but people need to learn from. When you know that you are not a physically standout type of woman, like the current Miss USA, Chelsea, she has not handed off her crown yet. She physically is already very much a standout woman. So she's not the type of person that I would put in a very flamboyant gown. She doesn't need it. She doesn't need that type of attention, which is why I didn't like her final outfit, because it just was not what she needed. This is a wonderful, Miss Vietnam is a wonderful example of how styling really works. Meaning, if you know that you are not physically a standout, or if you're competing, like if you're competing in Alabama or something and you're in a sea of blondes and you don't have that type of personality, that's the personality that naturally stands out, you're not naturally someone who is super eye-catching, you want to put a basic type of woman, someone who's doesn't necessarily catch or draw all the eyes, into something that's much more eye-catching, that's much more unique, that's a little bit more edgy. If you know that you are a very meek personality, or you're not as out there and bubbly and flashy, you're gonna wanna have a little bit more of an eye-catching, edgier, more daring dress to like give you that edge, to make you stand out, to make people really look at you more. You never wanna put a basic girl in a basic dress. You never want to put like a bubbly blue-eyed blonde in a white, you know, plain dress. Like, no, just no. You want to put her in something that's going to give her a little bit of flair, attitude, personality. That is what Miss Vietnam did with having that gold fringe and whatnot. We've seen fringe before, but it's still kind of not, it's not predominant on stage. We may see one or two dresses, but not a lot. She did really, really well with her styling. Had this woman been put in a dress that was not as eye-catching, if it didn't have that little bit of edge, I don't think I would have given her as much attention as I did. But her dress caught my eye. I was like, oh, it's a little bit of edge. It's a little bit of fun on her. It makes her a little bit unique. And she needed that uniqueness. It really, really worked with her. So points to Miss Vietnam for styling on that. For her presentation and her walk, she does seem like she's trained. What I'm not seeing is her own unique flair, her own personality coming out with her training. And this is something that I've seen a lot. Pretty much all of the Vietnamese competitors that I did go through and watch, they are very obviously trained. They know where to hit their points. They know where to, you know, put their hands, move their hips, how to walk, their pacing, their movements. They know how to do that, but I have the same issue with these competitors that I have with South American competitors. I will do a video. I haven't forgotten about the South Americans, okay? South Americans tend to be very precise when it comes to their training, almost to the point where they are robots. Their training is impeccable. These girls in the Vietnam competition, they had really precise training. You could tell that they had training, but the personality was not coming through. The training was. I could see that they knew where to move and how to move, but there was not a lot of change of face. There was not a lot of unique movements and features unique to specific competitors. I just wasn't seeing them. And this is what I'm seeing would be a problem for Miss Vietnam. Though she is pretty and she's cute and she seems very real and her training seems right, her personality is not coming through. If I were to put Miss Vietnam on a Miss Universe stage, thinking about it right now, she's one of those competitors where you would be like, yeah, okay, she's decent, but she would fade to the back of your mind going on throughout the competition, just because there's not a lot of standout about her in particular. I don't see her personality coming out as much. There's not that flair. There's not that eye-catching it factor about her that she's definitely gonna need being in the category of the Africa-Asia position. I will always say that is the toughest category to be in. And if you're going to be having Miss Vietnam standing next to the Philippines, Thailand, Indonesia, and the contestant that India just put out, you're gonna have to improve from the position that she's at right now. Miss Vietnam, she's at a decent starting position. As a starting position, she's fine. She's definitely going to have to improve on her way to Miss Universe, which I'm sure that she will. She has such a long time before she gets there. I'm sure that she will improve, but she has to. This is like a B performance. It's not bad, but it's definitely not something to win Miss Universe. It's definitely not something to catch the audience eyes and be like, oh my gosh, I love this queen. She needs just more. She needs more fire. She needs that fire. And probably a tinge more confidence, because in my head, you know, I'm thinking forward in time. I've seen the contestant is that a plane? Who's flying somewhere right now? In my head, thinking about the competition right now, if I try to see ahead into the future, I'm thinking about the contestant that India just put out and the contestants vying for Miss Philippines, and then Indonesia. I'm seeing what these countries are putting out. The current Miss Vietnam in her current state cannot beat those competitors. She can't. Like I said, her training is not bad, but she is just not eye-catching enough to dethrone India, the Philippines, Indonesia, not right now. But it is very, very early in the Miss Universe competition, so I am totally sure that she will improve come competition time. She definitely has to. You have to improve because these girls are not playing games right now. I have seen, oh my God, no prisoners, but I'm sure she will do better. And I look forward to seeing what type of butterfly this little caterpillar turns into, because she has a lot of potential. She can go many different directions. Like, she could come out and surprise us all. Well done, Miss Vietnam, and congratulations on your crown. That's such a huge feat. Do not stress yourself too much. It'll be fine. Just have fun with it. You know, I'll be watching because I love watching all the queens. If you have any thoughts on the newly crowned Miss Vietnam, please leave your comments in the comments section below. I would love to hear about it. What do you think about her? Do you think she's going to be a front runner? Do you think she's gonna surprise us all, come out of the box with something grand? I would love to hear your thoughts. Also, make sure you give the video a thumbs up for all the queens that we love to discuss here on this channel. And if you are not a member of my court, consider subscribing, because we are always here and ready to have fun with you. I will see you all later. I love you, I'll miss you, but you know I will be back. In the meantime, stay safe, be healthy, and have fun.